First tonight in Our News Live at 7, Donald Trump will soon be back in the White House. Today, Prime Minister Philip Davis responding to questions about how a new Trump administration may impact the region. And time for transparency. The push for an independent integrity commission grows. Plus, an extension granted to a mother of 6 after she and 3 other women were given notice to leave a government shelter by today. And then in our news at 7:30, after a new study revealed being middle class is becoming more expensive, the Prime Minister says the cost of living is also determined by one's choices. All that and more. Our News Live at 7 starts now. Welcome to Our News Live at 7, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Marlena Leonard, in for Candino Knowles. All eyes remain on the United States following a historic election that saw Donald Trump emerge victorious for his second term as President of the United States. Today, Prime Minister Philip Davis shot down claims a Trump administration would impact the region's fight against climate change or immigration. Berthany McDermott reports.
With the new U.S. president elected this week, many are questioning if efforts to address key issues will be derailed. One big issue is climate change. Regional leaders have been vocal on the global stage pushing for climate justice and an operational loss and damage fund. But global climate experts warn a Donald Trump term poses a grave threat to the fight. But PM Davis says he doesn't believe Trump's victory will impact the region's efforts.
He speaks for his country, and I don't blame all this on him. Don't forget now, the meeting of the parties, which are the leaders of the world, have been going on for, this will be the 29th year, and he's only been around for the last 10 years, and we're still no further ahead than we were 29 years ago. So what happens next will not just depend on what he does or not do, because nothing much has been happening even when he was not there.
This isn't the only issue of concern. Reuters is reporting that Donald Trump is expected to mobilize agencies across the U.S. government to help him deport record numbers of immigrants. With our own immigration challenges, we asked the Prime Minister how this could possibly impact us in the Bahamas.
If Bahamians are there, and the Bahamians are there, and they are not there properly and coming back home, they're coming back home. So how would that impact us? They're entitled to be home, and so they'll be coming back home.
Then there's the issue of gun trafficking. Under the Biden administration, a new position was created in U.S. law enforcement to address the vexing issue. But we asked the Prime Minister if he believes a Trump-led administration will continue in these efforts.
It comes to the Bahamas through trafficking, and it's illegal. And that is our thrust. That is what we have been imposing and impressing upon the authorities of the United States. Deal with their right to bear arms, but also look at it in the context that that right must not mean a right also to traffic in arms.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard is agreeing with calls for an independent integrity commission. Those calls were made by Executive Director of the Organization for Responsible Governance, Matt Aubrey. Aubrey emphasized the need for transparent mechanisms to ensure accountability and restore public trust in governance. It's something Pintard says other nations have explored.
In some countries, a part of the compendium of bills that assists countries in terms of good governance. And so it is something that we have had discussions with others who have gone down that path in the region. And quite frankly, we believe it would be very helpful in terms of us improving governance in the country.
A judge has set bail at $9,900 for a senior policeman accused of raping a woman he knows. Prosecutors allege Superintendent Kyle Capron raped the 25-year-old woman in a police car on October 23rd. Justice Neil Brathwaite overruled objections to his release by the prosecution and set bail with strict conditions. Prosecutors said that Capron contacted the woman when she was reporting the matter to police and while she was at the hospital. Capron is required to surrender his passport, wear an ankle monitor, and report to a police station twice weekly. He's banned from contacting his alleged victim either directly or through his agents. Meanwhile, Our News understands that Aniska Adderley's stay at one of the Department of Social Services temporary shelters has been extended until November 30th. It's a story you saw here on Our News this past Monday. The mother of 6, along with 3 other women, given notice to leave Poinciana Inn located on Village Road by today. That notice prompting a gathering of concerned residents to protest outside of the property. Our News understands while Aniska's time has been extended, the other 3 women have left the facility. This is a story we will continue to follow. We've got a lot more to get to tonight, but first, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Marlene, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Much improved conditions across the islands. Winds were not as strong, but we managed to get temperatures into the mid-80s. 79 degrees is our current temperature under partly cloudy skies, and it is still breezy. Once again, the winds have come down. East winds at 18 miles per hour. Your feels-like temperature is at 77. Temperatures around the islands right now, it's 80 degrees in Freeport, as well as Alistown, Bimini, Nicholstown, Andros, Great Harbour Key, and over in Governor's Harbour. We pick up 79s in Marsh Harbour, Abacoa, here in the capital. Central Bahamas, 80s in Kemps Bay, Arthurstown, Cat Island, 81 in Georgetown, the Exumas, Deadman's Key, Long Island, 82, 79 in Cuban Townsend, Salvador, and into the south, East Bahamas, 82 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, and in Kern Hill, Cricket Island. A pair of 81s in Delectable Bay and in Abrahams Bay, Maguana, Providenciales, Turks and Caicos Islands, and New Matthewtown in Agua. You guys are 82 at this hour. Satellite radar composite, we are much improved. High pressure is still in charge. The tight pressure gradient across us is weakening somewhat as Raphael is moving away from us, but that strong high pressure to the north will keep us in a little bit of a windy regime, but those winds expected to continue to fall off, and we will continue to see some dry conditions across us. But we do expect some showers and some isolated thunderstorms, as well as an increase in the winds for the weekend, as we are tracking a disturbance that is near the Lesser Antilles. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come in our news. In tonight's edition of Sustainability First, we're taking a look at how another Trump presidency may or may not impact the Bahamas' mission for climate action.
Coming up in sports, the Warriors have come out to play. We hear about the new Bahamian JUCO basketball sensation and a Bahamas Bowl update for Week 11.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Base Officer Barry. Transfer of inmate 37, TJ Davis, is to be handled cautiously and expeditiously. Inmate and those affiliated with him are not to be trusted. At first sign of any suspicious behavior, contact backup immediately. Do you copy, Officer Barry? Officer Barry, do you copy? Inspect. I'm not reaching him.
I want APBs, patrol cars, wanted posters, whatever it takes, and tell the public we got $10,000 for whoever could turn them into us.
Put the word out on the street. I got $20,000 right now for any man who could bring them to me. Go clean this up.
Right, Jeff? Let's head out.
When money's sick, but the mind coming. When money's sick, but the mind coming.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama, and a lot of people out there say they don't understand me. So I have Adelso here who's going to interpret everything I say. So you're going to watch Charlie Bahama from Cuba this week.
Van a ver el programa del show de Bahamas, de Charlie Bahama desde Cuba.
And we're going to be going to Peñales, we're going to be going to Trinidad, we're going to be going all throughout Havana.
So van a verlo, fuimos a Viñales, a Trinidad y todo en La Habana.
On Cable Bahamas. Charlie Bahama Show.
Long Island is the best kept secret.
Join us as we count down the Rev Up Top 7.
And you'll never be the one.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Each week, we go into the heart of our second city and talk to the people helping to shape this community.
This is what makes me happy to come to work every day, to know that I'm helping someone.
These are the faces of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, helping to maintain infrastructure, grow the economy, and bring a better quality of life.
Our mission statement is to better the life.
Because I have to be a part of Grand Bahama.
Join me at Talia Hall every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Our News. as we share these inspiring stories of Freeport. Stay with the team you already trust.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to do the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Sometimes it's okay to overreact to an early season game in November. Last night, it was a statement win on the road for Buddy Hield and his Golden State Warriors against the defending champs. Hield finished with 19 points on 6 for 11 shooting from the field, including 4 for 7 from beyond the arc in the Warriors' 118-112 win over the Boston Celtics at TD Garden in Boston. Hield connected on a right-wing three-pointer, giving Golden State a 7-point lead with just 46.3 seconds left to play. Hield is averaging just over 21 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game, while shooting 52% from the field and 51% from beyond the arc. The Warriors improved to 7-1 on the season, undefeated on the road at 5-0. On the West Coast, Kai Jones and the Los Angeles Clippers defeated the Philadelphia 76ers 118-98 at the Intuit Dome in LA. Jones continued his streak of highlight reel plays this season when he finished a half-court alley-oop from James Harden. The Don't Blink Home Run Derby in Paradise continues its mission of showcasing both the game of baseball and the Bahamas. Todd Isaacs Jr. detailed how the event has grown from a single day to a week-long schedule of events.
Now we have a full weekend of events, a full week of events that brings 3 generations of baseball here to experience the Bahamas every year. So if there's no better way to sell the Bahamas, it's what we're doing right now. Getting the young kids from now instilled and ingrained in what it is to be in the Bahamas, so eventually they make the Bahamas one of their homes.
Lucius Fox said the youth development has always been a significant component to Derby weekend.
The more eyes coming down, the more people enjoy this event, more kids will be able to reach their dream. And that's what it's all about for us. This always has been about the future, the next generation.
Over to JUCO hoops, Liano Roll is already making an impact with Arizona Western College early into his freshman season. Roll, a 6'6" wing, is averaging 14 points and 6.7 rebounds per game through 3 games for the Matadors. Tuesday night, he had a team-high 21 points in a 99-42 win over Imperial Valley. And of course, your Bahamas Bowl update for Week 11. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world, as U.S. President-elect Donald Trump is expected to ramp up plans to deport immigrants. And millions of Cuba residents left in the dark after Hurricane Rafael lashes that island overnight. We have the details when our news returns.
Viewers, Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, from the teams you already trust.
Each week, we go into the heart of our second city and talk to the people helping to shape this community.
This is what makes me happy to come to work every day, to know that I'm helping someone.
These are the faces of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, helping to maintain infrastructure, grow the economy, and bring a better quality of life.
Our mission statement is to better the life.
Because I have to be a part of Grand Bahama.
Join me at Talia Hall every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Our News, as we share these inspiring stories of Freeport. Stay with the team you already trust.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to do the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients, working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from a live business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the Our News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E. I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
With some rhythm.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump is expected to mobilize agencies across the U.S. government to help him deport record numbers of immigrants. According to 6 former Trump officials and allies, he'll also pressure so-called sanctuary jurisdictions to cooperate. Sources say the Republican president-elect will call on everyone from the U.S. military to diplomats overseas to turn his campaign promise into a reality. Trump recaptured the White House, vowing a vast immigration crackdown. And Apple's iOS 18 update has arrived, adding AI features to iPhone 16 and recent iPad and Mac models in the U.S., with global rollout expected next year. The iPhone maker says the update enhances Siri, introduces writing aids, photo editing, and content summarization, and allows some AirPods to function as hearing aids. These updates have reportedly fueled demand for new iPhones, pushing Apple's market value up by $500 billion. Cuban authorities struggled to return power to the island on Thursday morning after Hurricane Rafael knocked out the country's electrical grid, leaving 10 million people in the dark. The grid collapsed on Wednesday afternoon as Rafael tore across Cuba with top winds of 115 miles per hour, damaging homes, uprooting trees, and toppling telephone poles. Rafael was the latest blow to the communist-run country's already precarious electrical grid, which just 2 weeks ago collapsed multiple times, leaving many in the country without power for days. On Tuesday, millions of Americans elected Donald Trump as the 47th president of the United States. In tonight's edition of Sustainability First, we're taking a look at how another Trump presidency may or may not impact the Bahamas' mission for climate action.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
Both Prime Minister Philip Davis and Leader of the Opposition, Michael Pintard, have commented on how sustainability efforts may or may not be impacted by another Trump administration, hopeful to continue the country's push for climate action regardless of who holds the United States' highest office. Under Trump's last administration, over 100 environmental rules were rolled back, including but not limited to rules on air pollution and emissions, drilling and extraction, toxic substances and safety, and removing protections from over half of the country's wetlands. But Dan Lashoff, the U.S. director of the nonprofit World Resources Institute, says that Trump's return to power won't be a death knell to the clean energy transition, thanks to the fact that he says global support for addressing the climate crisis has grown significantly since Trump first took office. He adds that country leaders know that reducing emissions and supercharging clean energy growth strengthens their economies and competitiveness. It's a global push that the Bahamas has often been at the forefront of in recent years, but the impact of the U.S. can't be overlooked, as the United States has often been the second highest emitter of greenhouse gases globally. For context, the world's top 3 contributors emit 15 times the gases as the bottom 100 countries. That disparity between emissions and the smaller countries who often bear the burden of climate-fueled disasters is an issue that the Davis administration has been highlighting in recent years, and one only time will tell if a new president brings better or worse cooperation on the road to climate action. Reporting for Our News and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Marlena Leonard. Still to come in Our News, Today in History. Find out interesting facts about the day that was November 7th. And then in Our News at 7:30, Prime Minister Philip Davis weighs in on a recent University of the Bahamas study on what it takes to be middle class in the Bahamas. Find out what he has to say. That's coming up when Our News returns.
Base Officer Barry. Transfer of inmate 37, TJ Davis, is to be handled cautiously and expeditiously. Inmate and those affiliated with him are not to be trusted. At first sign of any suspicious behavior, contact backup immediately. Do you copy, Officer Barry? Officer Barry, do you copy? Inspect. I'm not reaching him.
I want APBs, patrol cars, wanted posters, whatever it takes, and tell the public we got $10,000 for whoever could turn them into us.
Put the word out on the street. I got $20,000 right now for any man who could bring them to me. Go clean this up.
Right, Jeff? Let's head out.
When money's sick, but the mind coming. When money's sick, but the mind coming.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama, and a lot of people out there say they don't understand me. So I have Adelso here who's going to interpret everything I say. So you're going to watch Charlie Bahama from Cuba this week.
Van a ver el programa del show de Bahamas, de Charlie Bahama desde Cuba.
And we're going to be going to Peñales, we're going to be going to Trinidad, we're going to be going all throughout Havana.
So van a verlo, fuimos a Viñales, a Trinidad y todo en La Habana.
On Cable Bahamas. Charlie Bahama Show.
Long Island is the best kept secret.
Join us as we count down the Rev Up Top 7.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
Each week, we go into the heart of our second city and talk to the people helping to shape this community.
This is what makes me happy to come to work every day, to know that I'm helping someone.
These are the faces of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, helping to maintain infrastructure, grow the economy, and bring a better quality of life.
Our mission statement is to better the life.
Because I have to be a part of Grand Bahama.
Join me, Italia Hall, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Our News as we share these inspiring stories of Freeport. Stay with the team you already trust.
My name is Trevi Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable.
On this day in Bahamian history. On the 7th November, 1775, Governor of Virginia, John Murray, issued a decree known as the Dunmore Proclamation, or Dunmore's Emancipation Proclamation. This order imposed martial law in the colony and also declared, quote, all indentured servants, Negroes, or others, end quote, to be free, provided that they join the British Army. Many enslaved persons took up this offer and joined the British Army and formed the Ethiopian Regiment. After the war ended in 1783, some of these soldiers, or black loyalists, settled in the colony of the Bahamas. Then, in 1886, the first Mass was held at St. Francis Xavier Cathedral in Nassau. The newly completed cathedral on the top of West Street was the first Catholic church in the Bahamas. The Mass was officiated by Father A.J. Ryan of the Archdiocese of New York. Fast forward to 2018, outrage over increasingly high power bills prompted the Minnis administration to increase VAT exemption on Bahamas power and light bills. Then Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis told Parliament that government intended to temporarily raise the value-added tax exemption ceiling on electricity bills to $300. The initial exemption was implemented in July 2018 for BPL bills under $200. But Minnis said, given the spike in fuel surcharge on electricity bills, government was mindful of the impact of the increase. Sports Minister Mario Boleg recently announced there will be 2 parades to celebrate Grand Bahamian Jonquel Jones, who helped lead her WNBA team to victory last month. JJ was named MVP of the 2024 WNBA Finals back on October 20th after leading her team to their first after-championship win. The Sports Minister shared these details.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture will be hosting a motorcade in Grand Bahama on the 16th of November, where we will also have clinics and workshops to be held, and I'm inviting all young ladies who are interested in the game of basketball to come out on the 16th at Grand Bahama after the motorcade, where there'll be workshop and clinics with Jonquel Jones and her teammates. The same will be done in New Providence on the 18th of November.
To watch that story again and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs. That does it for our news at 7. Joining us now is our Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia?
Thanks so much, Marlena. Well, coming up, the Prime Minister talks the cost of living, plus officials attend an energy summit that takes a look at sustainability. And Fenty Beauty launches right here in the Bahamas. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on our News Live at 7:30, following a University of the Bahamas study that included statistics relating to the high cost of living. The nation's leader says it's all about choices. Also, a 28-year-old Fox Hill resident charged with murder. We have details from the Magistrates Court, plus partnership, one of the key pillars at the 2024 Energy Summit. We have comments from the Energy Minister coming up, and later, Local Government Bill 2024. Hear why Family Island administrators say it will benefit their community when our News Live at 7:30 returns.
My name is Trevor Williams. I've been a live fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trevor Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from a live business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the Our News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. As Bahamians grapple with the increasing cost of food and sky-high power bills, Prime Minister Philip Davis says it's all about choices. His comments come days after a University of the Bahamas study outlined that a middle-class family of 4 in New Providence and Grand Bahama requires more than $10,000 a month to live comfortably. These findings were shocking for many and went viral on social media. We put the issue to the Prime Minister today, and this was his response.
I've seen and heard about the report. I've not studied it as yet. But one thing, when you talk about cost of living also is determined by one's choices, what one chooses to do and what one does not choose to do. In fact, until I understand all of the elements and the factors that was taken into account to determine her conclusions, I will not wish to comment on it.
A 28-year-old Fox Hill resident is behind bars on charges of murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and attempted murder. Prosecutors say Mitchell Fox planned and carried out the broad daylight murder of businessman Eddie Miller with others on September 5th. Gunmen ambushed Miller as he was about to get into his car after leaving a store on Cowpen Road. Miller was killed in front of his wife and children. Days before, on September 1st, prosecutors alleged that Fox and others were responsible for the shooting of Rodlin Henfield and Sharon Thompson. The incident happened at Ida Street. Fox did not have to enter pleas to the charges when he stood before Chief Magistrate Roberto Rackley. Bail was denied and Fox is back in court in March to receive voluntary bill of indictment papers. As CARICOM dubs November Energy Month, the Davis administration held an energy summit to outline its plan to support the push for sustainable energy solutions. According to Energy Minister Jobette Colby Davis, one of the key pillars of this is partnership. The government recently entered an agreement with Bahamas Grid Company to operate Bahamas Power and Light's electrical transmission and distribution network. Speaking to attendees, she outlined what Pike, the company subcontracted by Bahamas Grid Company, has completed so far.
129 electric poles have been framed and set in the ground. About 40,000 feet of electric cable has been reconductored. 13 interrupters have been installed to reduce the chances of widespread outages, and 49 street light poles have either been replaced or newly installed. In addition, they are partnered with BPL to perform over 1,000 hours of trouble work and responded to more than 50 outages.
Bahamas Grid is expected to begin a foundation upgrade project of BPL's grid in Nassau valued at more than $100 million. The summit and recent partnerships with BPL come as the company grapples with age plans and constant outages. The Davis administration launched a new energy reform plan to fix the vexing issue and lower electricity bills for its consumers and introduce cleaner energy sources to the Bahamas. It comes as the Bahamas pushes for a 30% renewable energy target by 2030. Colby Davis says more than 200 acres of land has been set aside to accommodate solar plants.
The expansion of utility-scale solar projects on New Providence is an important reform. To be clear, utility-scale solar projects refer to the installation that are large size with capacity greater than 1 megawatt and energy sold to utility companies. The selected independent power producers for New Providence, namely Eco Energy, NT, and Compass, will interconnect more renewable energy options to the electric grid.
The Davis administration tabled the long-awaited local government bill in the House of Assembly yesterday in a bid to enhance local governance on Family Islands. While the Progressive Liberal Party promised to introduce local government to New Providence, the bill doesn't address the capital, but it does expand financial independence and enhances public involvement across Family Island local governments. So how do those local government officials feel about it? Our Joshua Williams reports.
Described as a pivotal milestone for Family Islanders, the new Local Government Bill 2024 was tabled in the House of Assembly by Works and Family Island Affairs Minister Clay Sweeting on Tuesday. Sweeting says the goal is to revolutionize local government in jurisdictions across the country. The bill looks to expand the power of local government for building control, road traffic, town planning, and revenue raising. For North Andros Island Administrator Beverly Larimore, it's something that will benefit her community.
We can now work and partner with certain organizations in the community and now bring in income to make a more impactful project in these communities. I know for North Andres, we have so many projects that we want done. We need a hurricane shelter. We want to put playgrounds in all the settlements.
Local government was first introduced by the Ingram-led administration in Grand Bahama and the Family Islands back in 1996 after the Local Government Act was passed. Sweeting admits in recent years, the system has not worked the best when it comes to the recentralization of statutory responsibilities and the power of local authorities. Administrative Exuma Earl Campbell explains why this may be.
Some persons have different views on how things should be done, and it's just a process, thereby we just have to keep on pushing, agitating, and hopefully we could come to some compromise.
Over in Harbor Island, Chief Counsellor Terrence Davis Jr. says despite the challenges faced over the years, the bill now presents a new way forward.
We would have just been there sitting ducks. We still would have had to go through so much to get so much things did, but now it almost seems like for the most part of it, we have a lot of authority.
Now, back in 2021, the PLP promised to work towards forming a local government act for New Providence. But Sweeting says for now, their focus remains on the Family Islands. Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much for that, Josh. Well, it was a sunnier day, but still a bit breezy. Joining us now is meteorologist Greg Thompson with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome back, everybody, for a quick check on conditions around the islands and outside our studios. 79 degrees is our current temperature under partly cloudy skies, and it is breezy. Winds are out of the east at 18 miles per hour. Your field strike temperature is at 77 degrees. Satellite radar composite, high pressure still in charge. We have some high-level clouds moving across us, not producing much in terms of any rainfall. Raphael, still a strong category 2 storm, actually. It's moving towards the west and away from us, and that pressure gradient process is relaxing somewhat, so we are seeing some decrease in the winds, but we do expect some more showers and thunderstorms by the weekend as we are tracking a system near the Leeward Islands that's going to introduce some showers and thunderstorms for the weekend. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on Our News, the Bahamas AIDS Foundation conducting free HIV testing on the University of the Bahamas campus, plus Diplomatic Week well underway in the city of Freeport. The theme, climate, trade, and cultural diplomacy. And later, the U.S. Embassy hosting an information session for residents interested in U.S. student visas on Grand Bahama. That's all coming up when Our News returns.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E. I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
This holiday season, Our News and Easy Car Sales want to put you in a brand new electric ride.
Each week, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 for clues to questions about easy car sales, electric vehicles, and Generation E. Head over to our website, ournews.bs, for your chance to answer weekly trivia and enter to win.
It's simple. Answer correctly and you're automatically entered for your chance to win a brand new electric vehicle.
Inti Corporation is on the move, day by day, panel by panel. Our commitment to sustainable energy becomes more real. With each milestone, Inti redefines what is possible. Not only are the Lucayas solar power projects on the island of Grand Bahama growing in scale, they are setting a new standard for energy independence in the Bahamas. These state-of-the-art solar farms at the Fairfield and Devon sites, once completed, will harness the power of the sun to generate 9.5 megawatts of clean, sustainable energy. Inti is on the move as a beacon of progress and innovation that is rapidly transforming our energy landscape. Witness the future of sustainable energy unfolding on the island of Grand Bahama as Inti Corporation shines brighter than ever. Inti Corporation, powering your world, powering your future.
The Bahamas AIDS Foundation, in partnership with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, conducting a free HIV testing on the University of the Bahamas campus. The initiative is a part of a larger effort by health authorities to reduce the spread of HIV and AIDS in the Bahamas. Former president of the AIDS Foundation, Camille Lady Barnett, highlighted the importance of knowing one's HIV status, emphasizing that early awareness is crucial for effective treatment and prevention.
It's important to get tested because you need to know what your status is. Once you know what your status is, for example, if you test negative, then you know that you want to remain negative. In order to remain negative, you have to protect yourself. Protecting yourself means using a condom. If you're not sexually active, that's even better, abstaining from sex, but you must protect your sex and have only one sexual partner. So those things are your responsibility to look after your health. If you test positive, then your next step is to go to your medical doctor, to go to your private doctor and find out what do you need to do.
In addition, the Ministry of Health's Prevention Officer Keith Camp notes, while HIV is decreasing in the Bahamas, continued efforts in education and community outreach are crucial.
We have a lot more education to do. We have a lot more treatment to do. We have a lot more awareness to do throughout the community to make sure that not only the numbers go down, but the numbers stay down. People protect themselves. People arm themselves with the information. Parents are talking to their children about safer sex practices, and the list goes on and on. So HIV, when it comes to education, it comes to our numbers, we continue to look for partnerships and ways in which we can go into not just schools, but business communities to do testing.
Diplomatic Week is in full swing in Grand Bahama, drawing a significant crowd to the island. Bahamian diplomats, along with international counterparts, are taking part in several bilateral meetings and panel discussions. The theme this year, climate, trade, and cultural diplomacy. During the opening ceremony at the Grand Lucayan Resort Tuesday, Prime Minister Philip Davis welcomed attendees and addressed the pressing issues related to climate change.
For too long, our islands and countless others have borne the burden of loss and damage inflicted by climate change. Land eroded, homes destroyed, livelihoods swept away in storms more violent, more frequent than any of our ancestors could have imagined. The loss is not only material, but spiritual, a threat to our culture, our heritage, and our identity as a people of the sea. We seek not charity, but justice. A clear and binding recognition that those who have profited from the destruction of our world must also contribute to its healing. And here lies the power and purpose of diplomacy.
Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell also chimed in on the issue.
If we are to protect what we have and to produce more stories like those of those two ministers who came to visit, then we must get to work in an open and transparent way to address climate change. It's existential for us, with 80% of our land mass within a meter of the sea and with sea levels rising. Here on Grand Bahama, the highest point on this island is 48 feet above sea level. So we're headed to COP29 to continue to make the case.
Still on the island of Grand Bahama, this as officials from the United States Embassy are on the island as a part of Diplomatic Week. The team of embassy representatives plan to engage with various community groups, including an information session for Grand Bahamians interested in applying for U.S. student visas to pursue higher education. The session had a number of attendees at the Sir Charles Haywood Library in Freeport. Public Affairs Officer Samaya Abudole shared key information about the application process.
The thing we want to stress is that you need to apply early. You need to make sure that you get your documents from the school, which is the I-20. You need to make sure that you have it from the university, and then you apply. We take students studying in the U.S. very seriously, and we try and make sure that we have appointments available. So we want you to apply early so that you can make sure that you make it in time for school to start either in the fall or in the spring.
There's also a special exhibition at the library which residents can take part in.
In the library, there's an opportunity where you can send a postcard to space, or you can send your favorite memory with the U.S. Embassy in our time capsule that we're going to have at our new embassy. And we're making sure that all of the islands outside of the capital have an opportunity for their citizens to share their favorite memory, either in the U.S. or with a U.S. Embassy program. And for the postcards, you share your favorite thing that you want to for the future, what are you hoping for the future, and we're going to send it to space, and then you'll get it back in return to you.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
When our news comes back from the break, upgrade your meal for a chance to upgrade your ride. Wendy's is giving away a brand new car this holiday season.
Coming up in sports, the Warriors have come out to play. We hear about the new Bahamian JUCO basketball sensation and a Bahamas Bowl update for Week 11.
And later, Fenty Beauty now available right here at home. Our Daniel Miller has all the highlights from the launch coming up when our news returns. Stay with us.
Police Officer Barry, transfer of inmate 37 TJ Davis is to be handled cautiously and expeditiously. Inmate and those affiliated with him are not to be trusted. At first sign of any suspicious behavior, contact backup immediately. Do you copy, Officer Barry? Officer Barry, do you copy? Inspect. I'm not reaching him.
I want APBs, patrol cars, wanted posters, whatever it takes, and tell the public we got $10,000 for whoever could turn them into us.
Put the word out on the street. I got $20,000 right now for any man who could bring them to me. Go clean this up.
Right, Jeff? Let's head out.
When money's sick, but the mind coming. When money's sick, but the mind coming.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama, and a lot of people out there say they don't understand me. So
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. Sometimes it's okay to overreact to an early season game in November. Last night, it was a statement win on the road for Buddy Hield and his Golden State Warriors against the defending champs. Hield finished with 19 points on 6 for 11 shooting from the field, including 4 for 7 from beyond the arc in the Warriors' 118-112 win over the Boston Celtics at TD Garden in Boston. Hield connected on a right-wing three-pointer, giving Golden State a 7-point lead with just 46.3 seconds left to play. The Warriors improved to 7-1 on the season, undefeated on the road at 5-0.
What do you think? I mean, it's just a statement. If we don't win this game, everybody's like, oh, they didn't play nobody, you know? So you got to come make a statement, right? And on the road, so you know, that's how the basketball world talks. You know, they say we haven't played nobody yet, so we battle tested and got to see if it's real.
On the West Coast, Kai Jones and the Los Angeles Clippers defeated the Philadelphia 76ers 118-98 at the Intuit Dome in LA. Jones continued his streak of highlight reel plays this season when he finished a half-court alley-oop from James Harden. The Don't Blink Home Run Derby in Paradise continues its mission of showcasing both the game of baseball and the Bahamas. Todd Isaacs Jr. detailed how the event has grown from a single day to a week-long schedule of events.
Now we have a full weekend of events, a full week of events that brings 3 generations of baseball here to experience the Bahamas every year. So if there's no better way to sell the Bahamas, it's what we're doing right now. Getting the young kids from now instilled and ingrained in what it is to be in the Bahamas, so eventually they, make the Bahamas one of their homes.
Lucius Fox said the youth development has always been a significant component to Derby weekend.
The more eyes coming down, the more people enjoy this event, more kids will be able to reach their dream. And that's what it's all about for us. This always has been about the future, the next generation.
Over to JUCO hoops, Leano Roll is already making an impact with Arizona Western College early into his freshman season. Roll, a 6'6" wing, is averaging 14 points and 6.7 rebounds per game through 3 games for the Matadors. Tuesday night, he had a team-high 21 points in a 99-42 win over Imperial Valley. He shot 9 for 11 from the field and also added 8 rebounds. Your Bahamas Bowl update for Week 11, one step closer to bowl eligibility for Conference USA and MAC teams headed to the Bahamas. In CUSA, Jacksonville State remained unbeaten in conference play with a 31-14 win over Liberty. In the player spotlight, FIU wide receiver Eric Rivers set a school record with 295 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 34-13 win over New Mexico State. Over in the MAC, the Toledo Rockets, who appeared in the 2018 Bahamas Bowl, became bowl eligible this season with a 29-28 win over Eastern Michigan. The player spotlight for the MAC, Buffalo running back Al J. Henderson had 18 carries for 174 yards and a score in a 41-31 win over Akron. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. The Don't Blame Home Run Derby is back, so hopefully we bring back everything. The draft show, the walk-up songs, the derby drip, you know, the important things. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on Our News Tonight, Fenty Beauty now available right here at home. Our Daniel Miller was there for the launch. We have the full story coming up, and Greg is back with your extended weather when Our News returns. Stay with us.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama, and a lot of people out there say they don't understand me. So I have Adelso here who's going to interpret everything I say. So you're going to watch Charlie Bahama from Cuba this week.
Van a ver el programa del show de Bahamas, de Charlie Bahama desde Cuba.
And we're going to be going to Peñales, we're going to be going to Trinidad, we're going to be going all throughout Havana.
So van a verlo, fuimos a Viñales, a Trinidad y todo en La Habana.
On Cable Bahamas. Charlie Bahama Show.
Long Island is the best kept secret.
Join us as we count down the Rev Up Top 7.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo.
This is our news. Welcome back. We are still tracking Rafael, which is still a Category 2 storm, well to the west of us, moving towards the west, and the system is going to continue to move in that direction. Present location 24.7 degrees north, 86.2 west. Winds are up to 104 miles per hour with some higher gusts, and of course, as I mentioned, moving towards the west-northwest at 9 miles per hour. System will move away from us. The pressure gradient is going to relax. We have some high-level clouds moving across the area, and that will continue to be the trend as the system moves and meanders into the Gulf of Mexico and the southwestern portions of that through next week. We expect the system to rapidly weaken during that time frame. But we are going to be monitoring another area that's really a tropical wave with some disorganized showers and thunderstorms expected to move into our neck of the woods, the southeast Bahamas, by Saturday, and then move through the remainder of the islands through Sunday. So we're looking for some increase in showers as well as an uptick in the winds once again for the early part of next week. Taking a look at the future forecast, showing the moisture associated with that system approaching us from the southeast Bahamas. Just some dry conditions across us with some spotty showers. That's through Friday, and then by Saturday, should be moving into the southeast Bahamas, increasing showers once again expected for that location for the weekend. Boating forecast for all areas tonight to tomorrow. Advisory level still in place. Northeast to east winds at 15 to 20 knots. They will be gusting high at times, seas 4 to 7 feet, but they will be building up to 9 feet offshore and along Atlantic exposures in some swells. High tide is at 11:54 tonight. The low tide takes place at 5:54 in the morning. In your extended forecast, we will look pretty nice for tomorrow. Dry conditions expected. Once again, as that tropical waves moves into our area by the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we're looking for some showers and then some residual showers hanging out for the early part of next week. Temperatures will be in the mid-80s with your nighttime temperatures in the mid-70s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, Wendy's getting into the spirit of giving, the giving season, launching their Upgrade My Ride Christmas promotion where Wendy's customers can enter to win a new car by simply upgrading their orders. Brand representative Jay Charlo tells us which menu items apply and the motivation behind the giveaway.
So customers can visit any of our Wendy's locations, purchase a premium combo from 1 through 11, and they have a chance to win a brand new 2025 Kia Seltos. So this is a collaboration with Coca-Cola, and this is just our chance to, give back to our customers and show how much we appreciate them for, just being loyal customers, visiting us for breakfast, lunch, even dinner time.
And even if you don't win the car, they'll also be giving away Apple products like the new iPhone 16, iPad, and AirPods. You have until December 16 to enter to win. Charlo explains how to enter and become a finalist.
So So once they make their purchase, they'll see a QR code on their receipt. They simply scan the QR code, enter their name, email address, phone number, as well as a photo of the receipt, and they are automatically entered to win. So every week we will be selecting a semi-finalist, and the grand finale, that is December 20th, we will be raffling away our brand new car.
All right, sounds exciting. Well, a billion-dollar beauty brand has made its way to the Bahamas. And to celebrate its arrival, John Bull recently hosted a launch party. Our Daniel Miller was there and tells us all about it in this report.
Fun fact, I've been wearing Fenty Beauty from 2018, but I would have to order it online or travel to the United States in order to get it. Until now.
Officially hashtagged Fenty Caribbean, the luxury brand's arrival here in the Bahamas has been the talk of the town for weeks. Local talent, including myself, was recruited to help spread the message that the Beijing mogul finally set up shop on our sandy shores.
We were the first to launch along with Barbados, so we were given pre-access to the brand. We welcomed the Fenty fam to the Bahamas. Amazing support. It's been Fenty frenzy from day one, from October 23rd.
Hundreds of stylish guests attended the launch, most of whom were bitten with the Fenty bug years ago.
Using Fenty Beauty from 2018, and I think she launched in 2017, so I would say me.
I would say the same. I would say the 2019, so yeah, she got me beat a little bit.
Compared to other products, like what is the experience for you guys?
The shade range for me. I agree. I feel like women as color, it's hard to find shades that are compatible with us. We have brands that do offer wide ranges, but sometimes the colors, they don't actually fit our skin tone.
Apart from shade range, the formula in our product is amazing for our climate.
This is not only a party, but as you can see right behind us, there's a master class from Fenty Beauty global makeup artists.
Priscilla Ono, who is Rihanna's personal makeup artist, gave us the tea on how she glams the rock star. But here's the icing on the cake. Attendees' names were entered into a raffle. The grand prize, a trip to Barbados with the Fenty team for their launch party on November 7th. You could feel our hearts beating as we waited for the natural empress to announce the winner. Cheers to a great weekend with Fenty Caribbean. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, so exciting. I'm so happy that it's here. I have to check it out. Thanks so much for that, Denny. And of course, to see that story again, it's available now on ournews.bs. And with that, we thank you for joining us for Our News Tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Natalia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.